Thank you for joining us this evening to remember and celebrate the life of my father, Mahesh Prasad. Our family is extremely touched by the many messages received and the sentiments expressed. Talking about Dad, it is indeed very difficult for me to put my thoughts and emotions into words, since he was my world. He was also my closest confidant, my advisor, my sounding board, my conscience keeper, and my go-to person day and night, to whom my silence spoke 1,000 words, and to whom my heart and mind opened up more easily than it did to myself. He was a very loving and doting father, and living with him, I experienced the joy of living with a very noble soul. Dad stood for certain principles in life: integrity, equity, fairness, and honor. Many of you will have recollections and memories of him that reflect these attributes. His memoir, No Minister, that many of you may have read, provided a huge and true insight into how he chose to live his life. He touched many lives, both in his professional and personal interactions. Ever since the news of his demise broke, I have been inundated with phone calls and messages from friends, acquaintances, and well-wishers from Allahabad, Dehradun, Varanasi, and Lucknow, cities that he left nearly half a century ago. Reminiscing about their interactions with him, for his endeavors to make a real and lasting difference and to achieve change for the better. I would like to just share maybe one or two messages. I got a call from a gentleman in Varanasi. He is the editor of a very reputed newspaper. And he said to me, "Mahesh Prasad jaisa DM na tha, na kabhi hoga." So I told him on the phone and I said, "आप तो उस टाइम पैदा भी नहीं हुए थे जब मेरे डैडी बनारस में थे." He said, "हाँ, मैं पैदा नहीं हुआ था, पर मेरे दादाजी और परदादा जी ने बहुत बताया महेश प्रसाद के बारे में." Then I got another message from a former cabinet secretary and a colleague of my father's. And he wrote and he said that my father was a giant in the civil service who was respected by all for his knowledge and leadership. I have many such messages, but we don't have the time to share those. So I would like to now close this by saying that my father's remarkable life journey can best be summarized by a quote by Robert Frost, which reads as, "Two roads diverged in the wood. I took the one less traveled, and that has made all the difference." That was Mahesh Prasad. I would now like to request Ankit Batra ji to take us through a soulful journey through his devotional bhajans. Thank you.
कहते हैं जीवन मिलना भाग्य की बात है, मृत्यु आना समय की बात है, पर मृत्यु के बाद भी लोगों के दिलों में जगह बनाना ये अपने कर्मों की बात है। कहते हैं जब हम इस शरीर रूपी जीवन को छोड़कर आगे बढ़ते हैं तो सबसे पहले इस अद्भुत जगह के दर्शन होते हैं। शिव कैलाशों के वासी, धौली धारों के राजा, शंकर संकट हरना, शिव कैलाशों के वासी, धौली धारों के राजा, शंकर संकट हरना। तेरे कैलाशों का अंत न पाया, तेरे कैलाशों का अंत न पाया, अंत बेअंत तेरी माया, ओ भोले बाबा अंत बेअंत तेरी माया, ओ शंकर संकट हरना। देवों के देव महादेव तुम हो, देवों के देव महादेव तुम हो, संत खड़े तेरी शरणा, ओ भोले बाबा संत खड़े तेरी शरणा, ओ शंकर संकट हरना। शिव कैलाशों के वासी, धौली धारों के राजा, शंकर संकट हरना। हरना शंकर संकट हरना। शंकर संकट हरना। उन्हें जानते कि वो सच्चे कर्म योगी थे। उनका फोकस, ध्यान अपनी इंटीग्रिटी और अपने कर्म पे रहता था। जब कर्मों की बात आती है तो हमने अक्सर सुना है, कहते हैं जो लिखा है वो तो होना ही है। बट हम ये भी जानते हैं कि ईश्वर और प्रकृति की मर्जी से जो कुछ भी होता है उसके पीछे कोई ना कोई कारण जरूर होता है। उसी पर ये अगला भजन है। झोली में फूल भरे हैं, एक झोली में कांटे रे, कोई कारण होगा। एक झोली में फूल भरे हैं, एक झोली में कांटे रे, कोई कारण होगा। तेरे बस में कुछ भी नहीं, ये तो बांटने वाला बांटे रे, कोई कारण होगा, कोई कारण होगा। बनती हैं तकदीरें, फिर बनते हैं शरीर। पहले बनती हैं तकदीरें, फिर बनते हैं शरीर। ये है प्रभु की सारी करनी, तू क्यों है गंभीर, अरे कोई कारण होगा। एक झोली में फूल भरे हैं, एक झोली में कांटे रे, कोई कारण होगा। तेरे बस में कुछ भी नहीं, ये तो बांटने वाला बांटे रे, कोई कारण होगा। धन के बिस्तर मिल जाए पर नींद को तरसे न। धन के बिस्तर मिल जाए पर नींद को तरसे न। कांटों पर सोकर भी आए किसी के मन को चैन, अरे कोई कारण होगा। एक झोली में फूल भरे हैं, एक झोली में कांटे रे, कारण होगा। सागर से भी बुझ ना पाए कभी किसी की प्यास। सागर से भी बुझ ना पाए कभी किसी की प्यास। कभी एक ही बूंद में भर जाती है मन की आस, अरे कोई कारण होगा। झोली में फूल भरे हैं, एक झोली में कांटे रे, कोई कारण होगा। तेरे बस में कुछ भी नहीं है तो बांटने वाला बांटे रे, कारण होगा, कोई कारण होगा, कोई कारण होगा। कहते ईश्वर से कोई भी चीज़ अगर हम मांगते हैं तो उसके लिए दो चीज़ों का होना बहुत ज़रूरी है, एक श्रद्धा डिवोशन और एक सबूरी पेशेंस, तभी वो पूरी होती है। इसके कई सारे उदाहरण हैं, कहानियां हैं हमारे स्क्रिप्चर्स में, उनमें से कुछ प्रसिद्ध कहानियों को लेकर ये भजन बना है। मन मंदिर का तू जियारा, नाम तेरा ही लागे प्यारा, जी चाहे यूं चरणों में तेरे अर्पण कर दूं, जीवन सारा। कौन कहते हैं भगवान आते नहीं, कौन कहते हैं भगवान आते नहीं। हम मीरा के जैसे बुलाते नहीं। अच्युतम केशवम कृष्ण दामोदरम, अच्युतम केशवम कृष्ण दामोदरम, राम नारायणम जानकी वल्लभम। कौन कहते हैं भगवान आते नहीं, कौन कहते हैं भगवान आते नहीं। हम मीरा के जैसे बुलाते नहीं। भगवान खाते नहीं, कौन कहते हैं भगवान खाते नहीं, बेरे शबरी के जैसे खिलाते नहीं। ओ बेरे शबरी के जैसे खिलाते नहीं। अच्युतम केशवम कृष्ण दामोदरम, राम नारायणम जानकी वल्लभम। कृष्ण गोविंद गोपाल गाते चलो, कृष्ण गोविंद गोपाल गाते चलो। नाम जपते चलो, काम करते चलो। ओ नाम जपते चलो, काम करते चलो। याद आएगी उनको कभी ना कभी, याद आएगी उनको कभी ना कभी। प्रभु दर्शन तो देंगे कभी ना कभी। ओ प्रभु दर्शन तो देंगे कभी ना कभी। प्रभु दर्शन तो देंगे कभी ना कभी। As we all know about him, he was so righteous and hardworking, always thinking of others. Like ma'am said, he's touched so many lives. हमेशा दूसरों के बारे में पहले सोचना। हम न सोचे हमें क्या मिला है, हम ये सोचे किया क्या है अर्पण, फूल खुशियों के बांटे सभी को, सबका जीवन ही बन जाए मधुबन। अपनी करुणा का जल तू बहा दे, अपनी करुणा का जल तू बहा दे, कर दे पावन हर एक मन का कोना। हम चले नेक रास्ते पे हमसे भूल कर भी कोई भूल होना। इतनी शक्ति हमें देना दाता, मन का विश्वास कमजोर होना। ओ इतनी शक्ति हमें देना दाता, मन का विश्वास कमजोर होना। हम चले नेक रास्ते पे हमसे भूल कर भी कोई भूल होना। इतनी शक्ति हमें देना दाता, मन का विश्वास कमजोर होना। दूर अज्ञान के हो अंधेरे, तू हमें ज्ञान की रोशनी दे। दूर अज्ञान के हो अंधेरे, तू हमें ज्ञान की रोशनी दे। हर बुराई से बच के रहें हम, जितनी भी दे भली जिंदगी दे। बैर होना किसी का किसी से, बैर होना किसी का किसी से, भावना मन में बदले क्यों होना। हम चले नेक रास्ते पे हमसे भूल कर भी कोई भूल होना। इतनी शक्ति हमें देना दाता, मन का विश्वास कमजोर होना। मन का विश्वास कमजोर होना। ईश्वर खुद नहीं पहुंच पाते, वहाँ मनुष्य के रूप में, इंसान के रूप में किसी को भेज देते हैं। जिसने तेरा नाम लिया है, जिसने तेरा नाम लिया, तू हो लिया उसके साथ। साईनाथ तेरे हजारों हाथ, साईनाथ तेरे हजारों हाथ। साईनाथ तेरे हजारों हाथ, साईनाथ तेरे हजारों हाथ। जिसने तेरा नाम लिया है, जिसने तेरा नाम लिया, तू हो लिया उसके साथ। साईनाथ 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 तेरे हजारों हाथ, साईनाथ तेरे हजारों हाथ। इत देखूं तो तू लागे कन्हैया, इत देखूं तो तू लागे कन्हैया, उत देखूं तो दुर्गा मैया। नानक की मुस्कान है मुख पर, शान मोहम्मद भी है मुख पर। साईनाथ 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 तेरे हजारों हाथ, साईनाथ तेरे हजारों हाथ। जिसने तेरा नाम लिया है, जिसने तेरा नाम लिया, तू हो लिया उसके साथ। साईनाथ 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 तेरे हजार। साईनाथ तेरे हजारों So this next bhajan is a folk bhajan, especially comes from the central part of India. जब भी कभी इस तरह मुश्किल घड़ी आती है तो सब साथ में मिलके इसको गाया करते हैं. तुम ही हमका हो संभाले, तुम ही हमरे रखवाले, तुमरे बिन हमरा कौन नहीं. ओ पालनहारे निर्गुण न्यारे, पालनहारे निर्गुण न्यारे, तुमरे बिन हमरा कौन नहीं. हमरी उलझन सुलझाओ भगवन, तुमरे बिन हमरा कौन नहीं. चंदा में चंदा में तुम ही तो दिए हो चांदनी, सूरज में उजाला तुम्हीं से. चंदा में तुम ही तो दिए हो चांदनी, सूरज में उजाला तुम्हीं से. ये गगन मगन तुम ही तो दिए हो, ये सितारे भगवन. ये जीवन तुम ही न सवारोगे तो क्या कोई सवारे. ओ पालनहारे निर्गुण न्यारे, तुमसे बिन हमरा कौन नहीं. हमरी उलझन सुलझाओ भगवन, सगले भजन में भगवत गीता का जैसे सार है। बहुत सुंदरता से हमारे इस जीवन के सफ़र और अगले सफ़र के बारे में बताते हैं। शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं शिव स्वरूपोऽहं। कहते मैं शरीर, ये नाम, ये पहचान नहीं हूं, इससे कहीं बढ़कर अमर आत्मा सच्चिदानंद मैं हूँ। शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं शिव स्वरूप। यही ज्ञान अर्जुन को हरि ने सुनाया, यही ज्ञान वेदों में ऋषियों ने गाया। वही आत्मा सच्चिदानंद मैं हूँ। जिसे शस्त्र काटे न अग्नि जलाए, जिसे न शस्त्र काट पाए, न अग्नि जलाए, न वायु सुखाए, न पानी गलाए। जिसे शस्त्र काटे न अग्नि जलाए, गलाए न पानी, न मृत्यु मिटाए। वही आत्मा सच्चिदानंद मैं हूँ। शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं शिव स्वरूपोऽहम्।
Thank you, Ankit ji, for those most soulful renditions. We would like to celebrate Tauji's life and invite a few of those whose lives he's touched personally and professionally. I'd request my father, Tauji's youngest brother, Mr. Suresh Rastogi ji, to please come and share some of his experiences.
प्रारभ्यते दखल विघ्न भयेन नीचैः प्रारभ्य विघ्न विहिता विरमंत मध्या विघ्नैः पुनः पुनः अपि प्रतिहन्यमाना प्रारब्धम उत्तम जनाः न परित्यजयन्ति। निम्न कोटि के व्यक्ति विघ्न के भय से कार्य को प्रारंभ ही नहीं करते हैं। मध्यम श्रेणी के व्यक्ति कार्य को प्रारंभ करके विघ्नों के आने पर बीच में ही कार्य को छोड़ देते हैं, परंतु उत्तम श्रेणी के व्यक्ति विघ्नों के बार बार आने पर भी कार्य को नहीं छोड़ते। This was the quote Dada had given to me on the morning of the inauguration of my new venture way back in 1988. He was the motivation behind my entrepreneurial journey. Dada gave me unconditional love, support, blessings, and guidance all through. We were 6 brothers, Dada being the second eldest, and I being the youngest. I always looked up to him as a father figure. Dada was there at all the important milestones of my life. Starting with my schooling, he took me to the school way back in 52 and got me enrolled there. Subsequently, he was there when I graduated from IIT Kanpur way back in 69. He found a suitable life partner for me, Saroj, in 1970, and so on. And last year, he flew down to Lucknow to be with us and to bless us on the occasion of our Golden Jubilee wedding anniversary. Dada always insisted on the righteousness and integrity. He always used to tell me, son, first deserve, then desire. And to deserve, you have to work hard. He touched many lives with helping attitude, love, and compassion. Dada, I pray your noble soul finds the permanent resting at the lotus feet of Lord Krishna. Jai Shri Krishna.
May I now request Mr. Sushil Tripathi ji, former Secretary Petroleum and a dear colleague to Tauji, to share his memories with us, please.
I first met Mahesh Prasad ji, I think in 1972-73, when he was District Magistrate, Varanasi. I was working as Deputy Secretary Agriculture in UP government. And Varanasi in those days was a very important place, as it is now as well. But the old Varanasi now is divided into 3 districts. In those days, Varanasi was more or less capital of eastern UP and western Bihar. And at that time, the then Chief Minister Kamlapati ji was also a resident of Varanasi. Those were early years of Green Revolution, and Government of India and Government of UP both were concerned that Green Revolution was not taking firm roots in eastern UP, and eastern UP, as you all know, has been considered quite backward and poor. So a very high power team from Government of India was set up to go and see why agriculture credit is not flowing to farmers. And only recently, the commercial banks had been nationalized. So it was a question of a flow of credit both from cooperatives and commercial banks. I was asked to accompany the team, and of course, the heads of departments from UP headquarters, Lucknow, they also came along. And this team then started asking everyone their very searching questions and very detailed analysis. But they were not feeling very satisfied. And we were not expecting the district magistrate to join because, you know, Varanasi being such a difficult place. And at that time, in the district magistrate's priority, it was not considered to be a very high priority item that he should be looking into this area as well, how much commercial credit and cooperative credit is flowing to farmers. But just as the meeting started, we see a very young, dynamic district magistrate just arriving there and taking charge. And he had all information at his fingertips. He explained that he used to hold monthly meetings with commercial banks and cooperative banks. And I still remember the words that he said at that occasion, that he told the people who had come from Government of India, very senior officials, additional secretaries and others, that I call it day of reckoning for all these commercial banks. And I hold them to task and given them targets, and this is the progress that they are making, and I am monitoring every month. And I must say, the team went back extremely impressed, and he had figures from cooperative, from commercial banks and everything. And they all went very impressed, and in fact, the additional secretary on site, he asked me, you have a very dynamic collector, I did not expect. So there, the first time as a young officer, we keep looking for role models. I found a role model, as did so many others. It took several years before I got a chance to work with Mr. Mahesh Prasad. It was 1984. He had come back from Government of India posting in London. And normally, until then, the post of secretary in Government of Uttar Pradesh was of the rank of joint secretary in Government of India or commissioner in state government. He was the first one who occupied the position as principal secretary. That was in the rank of additional secretary, Government of India. I had been working for more than 3.5 years as managing director of Industrial Investment Corporation of UP, charged with the responsibility of attracting investment, large and medium industries. UP was not known as a very hospitable place for large and medium industries. Large and medium industries in UP had been textile and sugar, and mostly they had become sick, and of course some industry did come to Ghaziabad. So my previous 3.5 years were spent in trying to learn and trying to create an environment and establish credibility so that people think that yes, in UP large industries can come, but the scenes were changing, HPJ pipeline was coming, there was possibility of large fertilizer plants, petrochemical plants, Tata's automobile factory, and so electronic factories, and so many others. The possibilities were there, but the ecosystem in UP had not been established to welcome and develop. And all these projects required developing, working for it. And if you went to any industrial house, in order to have credibility, you must have developed the project so that they find it credible. And I used to visit every year Gujarat and Maharashtra to learn what they were doing. In the beginning, of course, Mr. Mahesh Prasad, as he arrived, he heard me. He used to take very detailed presentations because he did not know. He had been away from the state for many years. And he wanted me to give him all details, technical details of all the projects that I was working. It is not easy for a person who doesn't have science background to understand the technical details of various industries. But I was amazed. Within a very short period of time, he was such a hard-working person, and the spirit of student spirit I found in him, who was always willing to learn new things. And he was not satisfied that his junior would be giving the details. He wanted all details he himself to understand and to make the presentations. So very soon, he had mastered all that and would make flawless presentations in Government of India, in UP Cabinet, etc. And, with his presentations and his drive and initiative and his position, very soon we started getting special meetings from Government of India at the level of ministers and secretaries, special meetings for UP, which earlier we were not getting meetings even at the levels of joint secretaries. And in course of 1 year, I think, as per various parameters of industrial development at that time, we were almost first or second in most of the items. Whether it was DGTG registration, it was industrial letter of intent or license or financial sanctions, etc. The whole scene changed. And the Gujarat and Maharashtra people, they started coming to us to see what we were doing. It was such a wonderful equation working with him. He was so dynamic, and he would encourage you to work hard. He himself used to work so hard that you felt enthused to do more and more. And that team, in fact, my regret was that I did not stay in that job for very long thereafter, because I had done 3.5 years before he came, so of nearly 4.5 years to little less than 5 years, then I had to move on. But then he became my mentor and continued to be my mentor. There is one more thing I would like to say here. He was always young at heart, and he was very particular about health. I remember, after meetings when he and I used to come back to the Secretariat building, his office was on the 4th floor. And he, being about 10, 11 years older than me, he would tell me, look, I will run up to my office. Would you follow me? I would say, no, sir. I will take the lift. So I felt very sad. Last 2 years, a person who put so much premium on health and always been so healthy, he had to suffer. But everyone has to go through this. Last thing I would say, Neena mentioned about what people in Varanasi have told her. I will tell you what a former Chief Secretary of Uttarakhand wrote to me the other day. He said, Garhwal Times has reported that Mr. Mahesh Prasad was the most popular district magistrate Dehradun has ever had. And mind you, when was he district magistrate Dehradun? Mid-60s. 55, 56 years ago, he was district magistrate Dehradun. And this is not an individual. A paper says he was the most popular district magistrate Dehradun has ever had. This was the man, an ideal civil servant who will be remembered for a long time.
Thank you, Uncle. Some of Tauji's friends and colleagues have not been able to join us in person and have shared their messages on video. We have joining us virtually Mr. Prabhat Kumar, former Cabinet Secretary and former Governor of Jharkhand, and a dear colleague. We also have a message from Mr. Alsi Bhargav, Chairman Maruti, and a good friend, Mr. Harsh Nivatia, Chairman Ambuja Nivatia, and again, a dear family friend. Please.
It was sometime in 1964 that I met Mr. and Mrs. Mahesh Prasad for the first time. It was sometime in 1964 that I met Mr. and Mrs. Mahesh Prasad for the first time. I had gone to Lucknow from Mirzapur, where I was posted, to attend my first service week. They made an extremely handsome couple, and they looked after their younger colleagues in Lucknow. I remember they took me to their home and tried to make me comfortable in the unfamiliar environment of bureaucratic Lucknow. And after more than 10 years, he reappeared as my joint secretary in the Ministry of Home Affairs. It was the ministry then known for its stifling discipline and long working hours. Nobody was supposed to leave office before 8 o'clock in the evening. The air in the North Block was heavy with impersonal precision and gravity. For me, Mr. Mahesh Prasad appeared as a whiff of fresh air in that heavy atmosphere. I remember that when our day's work was done, much before 8 o'clock, We would sit over a cup of tea for hours and talk of our district days in UP. He was full of interesting stories, particularly of the time he spent in Varanasi, how he cleaned up the city, and how he handled a very grave law and order situation, etc. We would talk of the books we were reading and exchange the books. It was a pleasure working with him. We worked together again in various capacities in the state with the same affability. In work, he was upright and brilliant, with great clarity of thought. And above all, he respected the views of others, which is a very rare quality in us bureaucrats. In fact, we were alike in many respects, more ways than one. For example, we never left any job for tomorrow. And curiously, we also shared the same adversaries within the service. To me, Mahesh Prasad ji was always the most favorite boss in office and a kind and caring friend at home. I will particularly miss his personal warmth and the great.
Very hard to say goodbye to a friend you have known for almost 70 years. I first met Mahesh, I think it was 1953, when we were both selected to attend the Chancellor's Camp in Chaubatia, Ranikhet. Mr. K. M. Munshi, the then governor of UP, had decided to invite students from various universities in the state to attend this camp with the idea of inculcating in them a better understanding of Indian culture and heritage. Mahesh was a very studious and conscientious person, and he was very much involved in what was going on, unlike some of us who took every opportunity to get out of the camp and enjoy the pleasures of Ranikhet. Mahesh subsequently was selected for the IAS, not a surprise considering the kind of person he was, and he did exceedingly well. He was one of the most successful district magistrates of Varanasi, a political hotspot. He came to Delhi and reached the top of the service in terms of holding a post of cabinet rank, having earlier been a secretary to 2 ministries in the government. Mahesh was a very caring and gentle person, a family person who looked after his family very well and who doted on him. Mohini and Mahesh were also very hospitable, and we have enjoyed their hospitality numerous times. There was, however, a time when every time Mahesh invited me for a dinner, it was a date when I was traveling outside. And I asked him, do you have a mole in my office who lets you know when I'm traveling so you can fix your dinners? We used to laugh about this. He was a person who took pleasure in looking after people, and I think we will all miss him very much now that he has gone to a different world. And all I can say is that God be with him, God look after him and his family, and all my best wishes.
Mahesh Prasad uncle's family and our family have known each other for nearly 50 years. It's so difficult to speak about him today when we have lost him recently. He's been an incredible friend. He's been a lovely uncle, a very warm and caring person, and every interaction with him has been so wonderful. I remember one rather funny incident when I accompanied Uncle Suresh to Mahesh Prasad Uncle's home. I think it was about 10-15 years back, and we were ushered in, and he said hello, and we couldn't figure out where he was, and when we looked around we found him standing on his head at one end of the living room. That was Mahesh Prasad Uncle, always very conscious about his fitness, extremely disciplined, and of course we all know that he made incredible achievements by reaching the pinnacle of his career as a bureaucrat. Well, the greatest testimony for any parent is the children he leaves behind, and in Neena and Siddharth, he has left behind two very wonderful citizens of the world who are contributing towards in their own way.
Grandfathers are always special, and my sister and I know that our Dada was exceptionally special because we made so many happy and fun-filled memories together which will stay with us forever. Our memories of him are so different to those held by so many others who knew him well. He was respected and held in high regard by all those with whom he shared his long and rewarding life. An exemplar role model of dedication and excellence in all his endeavours and achievements, he truly was a giant of old. There was a side to him that not many will have seen. He was a generous, indulgent, fun-loving, and rule-breaking presence throughout our childhood. Our time with him both in India and on holiday in Europe was filled with fun fairs, games, and treats. Dada was always ready to be with us, whether it was to take us on a merry-go-round or on a hot air balloon, fight with gigantic foam swords, engage in a very competitive game of Monopoly or cards, including cheating if that was required to win, or wash the car yet again. I remember going with him to Disneyland and queuing together for hours on end just to go on a 30-second ride. He was also the only person willing to pay us what felt like huge sums of money for the homemade lavender perfume my sister and I concocted. Of course, he reminded us that the money was intended for use on sweets and treats, and definitely not to tell Mum and Dad about it. Despite his declining health, Dada never missed an opportunity to turn the tables on us. I remember his last trip to London in 2017, when he was more often than not wheelchair-bound. He easily persuaded me to sit in the wheelchair so that he himself could push the wheelchair and stroll through Hyde Park. He always led by example, and we have learnt much from him about how to strive for the highest goals and how to never give up. From our earliest days, we would hear the words, "Man proposes, God disposes," his adage for how each and every one of us must give our best at all times to achieve what we must and gain satisfaction that it was an unstinting effort, even though the outcome may not always be in our hands. My sister, mother, and I wish we could have been there with the whole family. We feel his loss deeply, and his absence will be felt at every family gathering. Although we will miss him greatly, he will live on in our thoughts, prayers, and endeavours always. Our family has put together a short video to capture his life journey. Please join us in celebrating his truly remarkable life. Grandfathers are always special.
New York, Dubai, and London. Thank you very much. My father would have loved to host you for a cup of tea, so can we all move downstairs for refreshments? But before we do that, can I request the family to please move at the auditorium gate? Thank you.